we talk about white supremacy. Castrating black men is white supremacy. Because if you castrate a black man, then he can't reproduce. We all talking about Black Lives Matter. I don't know how deep y'all want to get.
Go ahead.
But if Black Lives Matter, then we need to make sure that we are protecting black men and their penises and masculinity. Okay? Fatherhood is important. Men are important. Every black person in America came from the scrotum of a black man. You damn sure didn't come from a white man. Because let me tell you something about that woman. She can carry the seed of any man, but in order for that child to be black, you need a black man to plant that seed inside of her. So black men are important. My son is a black man. I ain't gonna be with the agenda. I'm his mama. Everybody else, if they want to support it, that's okay. It don't mean I don't love him. I do love you because I'm gonna tell you the truth. While the rest of the world tell you whatever they want to tell you, I'm the one person on this earth that has the responsibility of telling my child the truth. And guess what? I can do that and still love you. But I ain't gonna make nobody force me to lie to my child.
How did it affect y'all relationship though?
Me and my child are good now. I'm trying to be respectful. You know, I don't get into all of the pronoun stuff, but you know, Jay is an adult and Jay takes care of himself and don't call me and ask me for nothing. And as a mom, I'ma love you, but I don't necessarily agree with it. But then another thing that I looked at it, I'm like, we ain't had nothing to say when Martin Lawrence was acting like Shanae. We ain't say nothing when Jamie Foxx was running around acting like Wanda. We ain't say nothing when Tyler Perry was acting like Medea. We've created a society where they look at this as entertainment and it's okay. He make a lot of money doing it. And I'm like, listen, do what you do, please. Do not have no surgery and don't, cut your manhood off. And I'm going to stand on that.
Do you believe like people be born like that though?
I don't. Because I also have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and my child is the reason why I went and got the bachelor's, because I wanted to make sure as a parent that I was fully understanding what I was dealing with. But children are born innocent. They don't have any type of sexual attraction. A baby is born, the only thing they're born with is instincts. They know how to suck and they know how to cry. They know how to use the bathroom. Those things, sexual attractions, all of that stuff come over time as you grow.
I seen some little boys though.
But it's
babies like them.
But it's what they watching. What are they being exposed to? Because the way that we learn as children is we model behavior. Like if you got all of us been around a baby, you sit around, you feed yourself, then eventually you're gonna see that baby pick up the spoon and put it in his mouth. It ain't because nobody taught him to do it. It's because they've been watching us. Or we'll see where we got a bunch of kids in the house. And the baby that's crawling, you're going to see him get up and start trying to walk with the other kid. He tired of them kids getting up and walking past, but they learn. So we learn, we model behavior. So what's happening is we are allowing society to poison the minds, ears, and the eyes of our children because we are not being more protective over what they see and what they hear.
So you feel like you're supposed to check it like, nah, that's what girls do to a little boy in a certain age. Like little boys coming up acting kind of feminine, you feel like you're supposed to check it as a mom.
Let me say this, and I did that, but let me say this, what I'm going to tell y'all now. I'm going to say that a male can have a feminine personality, but that doesn't mean that he's supposed to be a female. And society is wrong by encouraging men with female or feminine personalities, as you call it, to become women. We all, back in the day when we was young, we probably all the same age. Y'all knew the man that he didn't think he was no woman, but he had long hair and he had long nails and he did hair or whatever. And he was always fly and he always groomed. They're conflating feminine personalities with gender. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
All right.
Angela Stanton-King is here on Big Facts, speaking her mind from top to bottom.
I'm just saying.
What's your sign?
Pisces.
Pisces, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Because Jay got to play devil's advocate, so I'm ready. Come on, Jay. Come on, Jay.
So you know what I'm saying. So like my whole question is, I have no argument. Excuse me for what you just said, and I feel like because I was reading somewhere where you were catching a lot of flack about being against the LGBTQ community and all that kind of stuff. But I feel
that's what they say when you don't agree. Like, because I wouldn't say he was a woman, they said I was homophobic and I hated my child.
Yeah, but I feel like now that you've explained it that the reason that you did not agree with it from your standpoint is because you were this boy's mother, I have a better understanding and respect for your decision because of that. Because that is your child. You did have him out of you, and if you don't agree with what he's doing, you have all of the right, more so than anybody else, to explain to him why you feel that way.
And to be clear, it's a difference between being gay and transgender. Right?
Right.
Like, I knew he was going to be gay, because just like my boy just said, we be seeing them when they little, like, I knew he was going to be gay. But when you tell me you a woman and I'm your mama,
yeah, like,
you having a conversation with somebody else is different. But you coming to me, your mama having that conversation, it don't go the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not hate. That's my child, that's my bloodline. If he was to listen to all of these people and believe that he was a woman and try to go castrate himself, what happens to my bloodline? His father is deceased. He is the only one that can reproduce what we created. I have a right to protect my bloodline, and that's all I'm doing.
Damn. Yeah, that's a strong way to look at it. And now that you've explained it like that, I have a totally different understanding of your reasoning for feeling that way and for thinking like that. And then another thing that I wanted to touch on too, that I'm sure like all of our listeners and viewers and readers and all that shit are like interested in, what the fuck happened with you and Phaedra and Apollo?
Oh shit. Woo, it's a whole book about that, y'all. Life of a Real Housewife. We made number 3 on Amazon 3 times, made me a national bestseller.
No, were you ever actually on the show?
I wasn't on the show, but I was the only person who wasn't on the show who was on the show. Because every reunion, you heard Nene or somebody talk about Angela Stanton-King, and they just threatened her with it throughout the whole show. And it's like every time they did a reunion, my book sales would go up. I made like $30,000, $40,000 in one night just by them mentioning me. But they knew that it was truth to the story. And I did have an inside plug to the show. So I don't know if
was the inside plug Candy?
No.
Okay. But you and Candy are friends?
No. I had a conversation with Candy after she found out how Phaedra did her, because Candy was aware of what was going on with the book the whole while. And I remember seeing Candy and trying to give Candy a copy of the book. And Candy was so loyal to Phaedra. She's like, I don't want it. Like, she was really down for Phaedra. And then whatever happened to them on the show, Phaedra did about the rape thing or whatever, that's what opened up Candy. Candy had an event. I went to the event. It was right after this happened. And Candy was like, Angela Stanton-King, we had never met, never had any conversation before that. So Candy wasn't team Candy at all, and it wasn't Candy. But when Kenya said she's in my dressing room right now on a reunion, I wasn't actually in the dressing room, but my book was, because I had somebody that was on the show that wanted to place a copy of the book in everybody's dressing room.
So what's in the book? What's the actual
my life story?
It
talks about my life, how I got in the game, how I met Drama, the rapper who just got out of prison, and how that led me to Phaedra. And then it talks about my incarceration and how they framed me.
So let's get back to that. What happened with that?
Well, to be exact, we all had a little scheme going on. Phaedra had just graduated from Mercer University College, and she was working for Geico. So she had access to all of the numbers.
This was before she was an attorney?
This was like during that transition.
Okay.